What's up, everybody? Again, just talking legitimacy of coffee and how similar they are to the beverages that we know and respect. Okay, so one, craft beer. What is craft beer? Craft beer, beer in general, to be honest with you, not just craft beer, but we like using craft to mean that it doesn't suck. But craft beer is a solution in a glass. Coffee is a solution in a glass, meaning we've taken a bunch of things, used water to pull it out, and put it in this cup. So with beer, what we do is we boil the grains, right? Grains and hops, and I'm not gonna go all crazy on the brewing process of beer. We boil the grains, and then, which opens them up, pulls all the sugars out, does all of these things. It's part of the needed for the fermentation process. But basically what it is it's boiled grains, and then they're rinsed. There's water put in there, and the water is pulled down through the grains, and all those sugars and all those things go into a different tank where they then ferment it and do all the fun stuff there. That's beer. Coffee is very similar to that, right? You have the coffee grounds. Hot water is put in here and stir it around, and you're taking little bits and pieces of the coffee and you're pulling it down through the filter into the cup. Okay, so really, these things are very, very similar. Obviously, there's an extra step here with the fermentation process that you don't have here. You can have boiled grain water, not the most delicious, but basically my point is that these are so similar. Like, we give so much respect to this craft beer movement where we're like, oh, this is art, this is all this, and you're like, oh, this is coffee. And you're like, well, there's a lot more to that, right? Because just like you gotta pick the right grains, if you're gonna roast them for a dark beer, you gotta do all these things, you gotta craft your water so that you're extracting the right things out of the grains. Like, there's a lot of science that goes into it. Almost the exact same science goes into coffee. You gotta consider the minerals in the water and how it's gonna extract and how it's gonna affect the flavor. How is your roasting of the bean gonna affect it? Is it going to change the flavor if you go too dark or too light? Terroir, right? Like, different regions, like grains from different places taste different. Coffee from different regions tastes different. So if you think about it, like, one of the reasons why we have, to go back to water, one of the reasons why we have different styles is back in Germany, they were brewing the same way, except this side had hard water, this side had soft water, and it resulted in different beers, right? So the minerals and the things that go into it and the thought processes that go into brewing play the exact same role in both beverages. Okay, so I guess my point really is that coffee is a legitimate beverage. It should be taken serious. Not so serious, like beer, should be taken serious, but not so serious that you can't enjoy it, right? We're not here to be snooty, but we are here to say, yo, coffee is legit, right? There's a lot of work that goes into it to make this a delicious beverage that's not bitter, that's sweet, that you can really enjoy, and it helps make your day better. Same thing. So much work goes into this so that you can finish your day. That's how I drink it, right? You can finish the day, have a nice beverage, set your evening up right. It all plays its part, right? There's a beverage for every time of day, in my opinion. So again, like I said, just wanted to compare and contrast a little bit. So if you're more of a craft beer drinker, maybe this kind of resonates with you, right? So I hope it does. I hope it helps. If it does, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear what you think about it. And cheers.